I don't even know if I should go there, but like I was unhappy, but for a different reason. About 5 years before losing my job, I had gotten really sick. And I went from like a size 2 and I ballooned overnight. Like I started gaining a bunch of weight. And talk about fearful. You're working in television, gaining a ton of weight. And I mean, I'm talking like 5 pounds a week. Like I was gaining a lot of weight fast. And I would see myself on the TV and I would just be like, who is that girl? Like, I don't even know her. Like I said, I was a dancer my whole life. That was like the opposite. And like, this is like the biggest I've ever been in my life. And I really had to battle that every day because I was seeing doctors. They were taking scans of everything, trying to figure out what was wrong with my organs. And what it dials back to is that I had a son. And right after that, I got very sick because I developed toxemia, preeclampsia when I was pregnant with him. And I think it just didn't go away. So what ended up happening is I went through years of just feeling very afraid that I was going to lose my job, very upset and just very like lost. Yeah. So when I lost my job, it was horrible and sickening and all that, but it also was such a blessing because I could sit back, not have to see myself every day and just like take it in, you know? And the good news is that we've figured it out. I don't need to get into my health problems, but I am on the mend, on the way back. And I'm only losing like a pound a week, but it'll get there eventually, you know. But
it's cool. I think that's an important lesson because sometimes like, because I've gone through that too when I had those tumors, it looked like I was pregnant. And I've had people like tell me, oh, you gain weight, you're pregnant. You never know what someone's going through. So don't judge them. I mean, and weight is so stupid for people. I hate when people talk about people's weight. Like we all come in, like just because you're bigger or smaller or whatever, like we're all different. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't make you worth any less and you shouldn't feel like I'm very passionate about. Like I hate when people comment on people's weight because it's like you never know. Like and who cares? Like what the fuck is it?
I know. I think I was crying telling you that story back in the day. I think we cried over it too. But
and
you know,
especially like when they say that stuff to kids too. You know, like I grew up with a complex all my life because they used to call me gorda. And I look back at pictures, I wasn't even gorda. Like what the heck? You know? Like, and that transitioned into like an eating disorder later, and that's a whole different podcast.
Right.
But my point is be careful with your words. And I always try to say, come from a place of compassion. Like you never know what someone else is going through. Like someone could be overweight because they're stressed out because they're trying to provide for their family because
could be anything,
they're what we don't know, you know, and who cares? You know what I mean? It's not
and I used to care though. I used to think to myself, I bet you people watching at home are saying, wow, she's really let herself go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I bet you they're watching and just like how people naturally do and go, dang, she's getting a lot bigger, you know? I would worry about that a lot. Yeah. But I wasn't going to come out while I was working there and go, hey, by the way, this isn't fat. I'm just really sick. I mean, like, what are you going to do about that? Yeah. So, but I didn't accept myself. It's so funny how now that I am not in that industry and I could be at the gym right now because it's got to come off at some point, but I'm not because I'm actually like finally accepting myself and it'll get there when it gets there. You know what I mean? And so I think now I'm at a way different headspace where I'm like,
wow, that's got to be such a big relief to your shoulders.
Well,
I mean, the pressure too.
Because I was worrying about food and starving myself every day because I didn't want to gain any more weight. So like I wasn't eating, even though it looked like I was probably eating everything. And I got in such a bad space with that like when I lost my job and I'm here, I could finally eat. Like stop doing that,
and not like stressing out.
And I was just like done with it. But yeah, I mean, that was a tough position to be in.